Kathleen.
I'm Justin.
And we're Trampus. Hey. And so what we are going to do for you tonight is a mixture of true storytelling and improvised scenes. So all we need from you guys is someone tell me about the last time you actually enjoyed being outside.
When it was warm.
Like 2 days ago.
What were you doing 2 days ago?
I mean, it was just a nice day. I was just walking around.
Okay. Anything interesting happen on your walk, or?
No.
Good
Good weather.
Good weather. You like the cold?
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
How many layers were you wearing on that particular day?
I was wearing my usual four layers.
4 layers.
So I used to enjoy the cold, but that was when I lived in South Louisiana. So I thought I was like, yeah, winter's great because it would be like 50 degrees, and I'm like, I think I want more of this. And so I moved in college. I moved to DC for a year. I spent 2 semesters at American University, and it was a really exceptionally mild winter. So I was like, yeah, whatever, I can totally do this. So I graduated from Louisiana State University, and then I was like, I'm going to move up north. Yeah. I'm going to get snow.
Great idea. I grew up in Maine, it's pretty cold there, and so I've been living down here for about 6 years, so I kind of forget how cold it can get up there. And last time I was home was around the holidays, and I said, Dad, let's go outside for a walk. I was like, yeah, we're gonna exercise and be healthy, try to get my dad to be healthy and exercise. And he was like, all right. So we went for a walk, and my poor dad, I forget that my dad worked in forestry for 25 years, so he was outside a lot in any kind of weather. So he has spots on his face where he has literally had frostbite. So whenever he goes outside, and it was really cold that day, and the winds were pretty bad, and so he goes outside. He's like, we start walking. He's like, hold on a second. He pulls out of his pocket like one of those face masks, like it looks like we were gonna rob a bank or something. He's like, okay, let's go.
My birthday is during the winter. This Sunday, by the way.
Yay!
Jealous of the kids that had summer birthdays because they would always do fun things. You know, I could just do indoor activities, and they would get to do have us over for the swimming pool or what have you. And I remember one time in particular we were out, and we were maybe like 11 years old, and this guy had a lot of BB guns, and he had BB gun pistols. And so we pretend we're playing, I don't know, we were like gangsters or something like that. So I was walking around, we each were carrying one as we walked in this alley behind a bunch of stores, and the other guys were smart enough to put theirs away. They were very realistic looking, by the way. So I come upon this guy carrying wood behind this store, and he sees me, and he just throws it down and goes like this. Now, at the time, I thought it was funny. I was like, oh, hey, he's just playing with a little kid. You know, he just thinks this is funny. But it was like the next day when it occurred to me that he wasn't trying to play with me. He thought I was about to rob and or murder him. So if the guy behind Mace Liquors happens to be here tonight, sorry, man.
What's wrong? I'm just playing. I'm just playing. It's fine.
Just playing, yeah. You're just playing, all right? We don't play around here, okay?
It's not real. Look, it's not real.
Oh yeah.
It is real?
Baltimore County Police Department does not play, okay?
Okay.
We're gonna take you down to prison.
It's a squirt gun.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you tell the drug dealers in the holding cell that it's just a squirt gun, and we'll see how fucking funny you think it is, all right?
Officer, I am 8 years old. I don't know how to.
I'm 8 years old. Oh, I've got all the excuses in the world. Yeah, tell it to the judge.
My number is 555-7724.
Honey? Mom, what's going on here?
Tell him I should play.
What are you doing to my little Lulu?
She had a gun on her, ma'am. I don't know where she...
That's ridiculous! She's a child!
Oh, really? Well, maybe you need to be arrested also.
No! Please!
It's going to be a whole family reunion.
I've never been arrested. Because I'm really angelic and I actually look, never do anything bad. It's really sad, isn't it? But when my brother was little, he asked my parents if they would buy him handcuffs. He was in kindergarten for the second time because the first time did not go very smoothly. So, my parents said, no way, we're not buying you handcuffs. So he went and asked my grandparents and they said, sure. And they were like real. So he snuck them to kindergarten part 2, and he attached himself to a tree out front with one arm up on the branch and the other, he handcuffed himself to a tree, actually, is what he did. And my mom received a call.
Like Kathleen, I was kind of a goody two-shoes when I was a kid. I never really did anything bad, except this one time. I was in the school play. The play was called, Kathleen knows this story, it was called Of Mice and Mozart. It's the story of Mozart's life and a mouse that mirrored his life, so the mouse had really great musical skills too. Anyway, I played Mozart's mom, and there was a girl who played the boy Mozart, and she was just so annoying, and she would talk a lot, and she just got on my nerves. And so opening night, we're on stage, and curtains are about to go up, and she just won't stop talking, and she's being really loud, and I'm like, shh, shut up, you have to be quiet, they can hear you. And she just wouldn't shut up, she was like, blah, blah, blah. I was like, you have to be quiet. She just wouldn't stop, and so, I don't know what came over me, but this blind rage kind of descended. I was like 10 years old, and I just reached my fist back, and I just punched her. And she just and then the curtains went up. We had to start the show. It was like, mice and Mozart, mice and mice and Mozart, and mice and Mozart. You bitch! Mice and Mozart, mice and Mozart. That was wonderful, Mozart. You are going to be famous one day. I know it. Yeah, you're a great mouse. You're the worst mouse ever. Don't you mean to say? But how will I get where I want to go, Mother? You effing bitch! That's what I mean to say. You know how much my mother paid for this nose?
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a little intermission. You're exactly middle school. Please enjoy the M&Ms in the lobby.
Yes. I've been running school drama shows for 38 years now, and I have never been so disgraced in my life. You mean to make an accounting of yourself for me?
Mr. Gason, I'm sorry. She wouldn't shut up, and I just couldn't stand it anymore. Please don't have me arrested.
Oh, I wouldn't have you arrested, but the theater is part of your kindergarten grade. And
I don't want to have to stay back to kindergarten part 2.
Maybe you're just not kindergarten material. You ever think about that?
I can do it. If I have to chain myself to that tree, I can do it. Give me another chance.
We got it.
Yeah, I scared the other one.
Alright.
I don't think she'll be making any more mice or Mozart.
Anytime soon. I mean, you took care of her.
I took care of her. She's raped. Lulu's raped. That girl's a bitch. She's no good for this school.
People say we're a little too tough for kindergarten drama.
Zero
teachers,
tolerance.
You ever turn on the news? You see what kids these days are getting into?
Why you gotta be tough?
We turn them around before we get into trouble.
Uniforms every day. No tolerance for shenanigans.
went to Catholic school too, and look at how well I turned out.
So I'm really glad you're interested in the post at Montessori. So just get your Okay then, I like that attitude.
Yeah.
The intensity, I can just feel it.
I love children.
your eyes.
Wow,
it's great. Well, have a seat. Okay. Head of the drama department.
Right.
At Catholic Elementary. That's big. What were some of the more challenging aspects of the job, would you say?
We only had a small discipline room. It's hard to fit them all. You have a large discipline room.
We actually have an open concept school.
Great, I'll fit them all.
Well, we actually take a very modern approach to discipline. You know, we
Sounds good.
Well, it's just drama is so much of our funding now, and I do realize that she may be stone cold fucknuts, but she runs.
I don't want to use labels, but I just don't think she's worth it.
She ran the best drama school on the East Coast, all right?
I know that the reviews of Weiss and Mozart were gripping, but I just worry about the children.
I worry about my paycheck. I worry about Mama needs new shoes over here.
All right, and if you think that this is what the Montessori program needs to bring in a completely batshit fucking crazy woman,
That is exactly what I think the Montessori needs.
you're probably right. Okay.
So I interned in an elementary school in West Baltimore last year, and I was there as a counselor. And it was an elementary school, but they had a definite police presence. And that was definitely the way they handled discipline. I mean, it was a good school, they tried. But yeah, I mean, I do remember hearing like kids going batshit crazy, like screaming, cursing. They had to be like restrained, and I'm like, wow, I'm coming from a really sheltered environment, because I do not remember that in my elementary school.
The kids are weird and they will fuck with your head, because I substitute taught for a little while when I was in college on like school breaks or whatever, and so I was substitute teaching for, I think it was a 3rd grade class. And this one, and there were 2 little boys in my class that were twins, identical twins, and I was like, oh, you guys are twins, that's cool. And this one little girl was like, yeah, they're actually triplets. And I was like, oh, that's great, you guys have another brother? And they were like, no. And they got really sad. I was like, hug. And the little girl was like, yeah, but he died. She's like, he died.
Mrs. Kramer, I'm here today, but I've brought my imaginary friend Gordon.
And he died.
No, he was reincarnated. He's back, and he needs a desk, and he needs a chair, he needs a school lunch.
Oh, we talked about this.
He needs.
Gordon is dead.
No, Gordon, are you dead? He needs the PE shorts and a smelly PE shirt as well.
Kathleen, we don't have a set of PE clothes that will fit Gordon.
Gordon's size 8, boys.
I think Gordon put on a little holiday weight. I don't think he can fit.
Gordon gets upset if you talk about his weight. It's very offensive to Gordon.
I'm not being offensive.
He thinks too long.
Look, her parents have offered to pay twice the tuition, including for the imaginary friend. So she may be stone cold fucked nuts. We need the extra money here at St. Clair's Elementary School.
I will handcuff myself to this desk if you make me deal with these fucking nutso kids anymore.
Really, would you rather have all real kids? I would think it would be a break to have some imaginary kids. I would think you would welcome them.
The problem is she gets upset when I don't call on him enough, like I'm ignoring him, like I'm playing favorites.
Well, are you? That's a question.
He doesn't respond. I guess I could try to get more out of him. I have a master's in early childhood education. I went to Brown. I studied under the Mr. Montessori himself. I do not.
Yeah, and that and a nickel will get you a bag of chips. You know what?
Why doesn't she call on me? Look, I just want to be acknowledged.
Look, Gordon. Not every imaginary friend can be like the most popular kid in his class.
Ain't that the truth?
Stop teasing me.
Whatever, you're totally the favorite, Gordon, and you know it. Kathleen never pays attention to me anymore.
Go away, you're out, I'm in.
I'm still here.
Shut up, Rocco!
Yeah, enjoy it now.
I thought you guys were finished and it was only me.
Enjoy your life now, Gordon. Take a good look. This is what it's gonna be one day.
We're together forever. I'm not gonna listen to you. You love me.
Gordon's my #1, Rocco!
That's right.
Look, I admire everything you've done for us. You've really done a fantastic job, but it's just, we can't offer benefits to every former imaginary friend.
I put in 2 years of my imaginary life with that bitch.
And we are very, very thankful for you.
I put into the 401k. So that's it. So that's it.
I mean, we might be able to provide you a reference for if you want to like call somebody or something like that. But it's just times are tough, you know. I mean, it's just we're not getting.
Mr. Drysdale, you gotta stop harassing me. I went to a psychologist at Hopkins for 6 years, and I no longer have imaginary friends, and therefore my parents are just gonna pay one tuition now.
Psychology is a tool of the devil, okay? Don't let anybody tell you you don't have imaginary friends. They think you're not good enough to have imaginary friends. You have all the imaginary friends in the world. Maybe you bring 2 or 3 next year.
Does she know about me? You know, we're super together.
Your imaginary friend's a woman with big breasts.
Well, if you were going to have an imaginary friend, wouldn't you have? Maybe you would. I would. I sure as hell would.
Wow, Mr. Drysdale, that's really...
Well, it's one of the perks of working in a company that contracts out imaginary friends. Is you get the biggest breasted one you want.
Give her my number.
My number. My friend Rocco wants to meet you. This is his business card.
Whoa, wait a second. That's my imaginary friend.
I want those 401k benefits. Promise.
Tell her I got life insurance. Imaginary life insurance.
How about I imaginary kick your ass, Rocco, okay?
Oh, I know you can hear me. Look, you can't. I'm imaginary. How are you going to kick my ass?
God, stumped you there, didn't I?
Well, they didn't teach me that in Imaginary Friends Director School, that's for sure.
I think every Catholic school principal should have an imaginary friend with big breasts.
It's really kind. She's so nice.
I'm being very thoughtful.
God bless you, you're a sweetheart.
So today I was sitting in an office where I'm doing a special project at my job, so I'm in like someone else's office. And this woman had a video of her 4-year-old daughter. And the 4-year-old daughter was like just being really cute and like talking about how she wants to get married one day. And then at the end of the video, She says, I hope I grow big titties so I can get married and have kids.
Me too! Let's put some wishes in the wishing well. Alright, we'll write them down.
I want a big butt.
Oh my god, yeah, like J-Lo.
Yeah!
And I want to marry well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
And I want 3 babies.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Really?
I can
3?
Yeah.
A little trashy, Jennifer. People just have like 1 or 2 now.
What? Scott, I'm very fertile. I will be.
How do you know?
My mom says it runs in our family.
Pregnancy?
I don't know, when I became a wish-granting fairy, it just seemed like it used to be so simple. We used to do such magical things, but now it's all just big titties and big butts. It just doesn't seem quite so fulfilling.
There's too many children that can't be paid, they can't even afford to send them to college. And then they just have more children and live in trailers.
Would it kill them to just ask for a college degree or a loving husband or something every once in a while?
Or a warm home.
Yeah.
What's happened?
The wishing well has been polluted.
Oh no, here comes one
Wishing.
now. Here comes one now.
I'm wishing for trust funds.
That's very practical, actually. I feel like I want to root for her for that.
Oh, let's listen.
And life insurance.
Oh, it's
Oh my God, bless her little heart.
all right. You're